sheet?
Should be some on the table.
I haven't seen one. I have, but I think I left it.
Just set this on the top.
It's all set. Coach, if you would open remarks, and we'll take some questions.
Okay. You know, just a disappointing loss this afternoon. You know, for our young basketball team that we had our chances, we had our opportunities. Particularly, I thought in the first half, you know, we could have had a little bit more of a substantial lead going into halftime if we would have just done one thing, and that was make our free throws. And you know, unfortunately, we weren't able to capitalize on those. And even though you go into halftime with a lead, you know the second half is going to be it's going to be tight throughout. Possessions, each possession is going to be precious. I thought we had great looks at the glass. Rachel had a tough night. Whitley being in foul trouble, that didn't help. Defensively, we weren't probably as sharp on our 12 as we needed to be. Allowed too many open shots there, and credit Evansville for knocking those open shots down throughout. And then at the end there, you know, there's only certain things you can control and things you can't control. And unfortunately, that's not how, in my opinion, the game should have ended with the foul that was called. But you know, that's just why we played the game and part of the game. And unfortunately, Rachel got a great you know, board, and Casey's a freshman, and she comes down and kills her dribble, and you know, doesn't make an attacking, aggressive play at the rim. In hindsight, maybe if we would have been watching or on our toes a little bit over there, you know, I take responsibility. Maybe I could have got a timeout with about 6 to go, and you know, got my last timeout and got something there, but unfortunately it didn't happen. So disappointing, but again, got to learn a lot from this game in particular, and you know, it's going to be a tough week as this is our bye week, and we go on the road for the next 3.
Questions?
Teri, it felt like you were probably one punch in Evansville's gut away, either early in the first half or late in your comeback to getting it, but it just didn't seem like that bucket or that defensive stop was there when you needed
right.
it.
Todd, you're absolutely right. You know what, we got to 6, I think, and then could never get it past 6. And like I said, I like the looks we got offensively. You know, you can't, you know, Rachel got a little bit frustrated there. We kept going to her. You know, those are high percentage shots, and shots that we would continue to put the ball in Rachel's hands, you know, down the stretch. You know, she got us back, you know, pulled us back, you know, to give us a chance. So, but you're right, you know, we just couldn't put them away. And, you know, without going back in film, I can't tell you at what point that happened, but you're right. We were maybe one defensive play away or one offensive play, a free throw away, you know, from being able to put them away, and just didn't.
Can you, you know, when you look at it, and I haven't seen a box yet, but it seemed like Ladd and Rachel kind of canceled each other out. Maybe Evansville get a little bit more out of their role players than you guys did today, maybe a little bit?
A little bit, and I got to be careful. You know, the problem I have is this game was controlled from the beginning, not by the players. And you got both probably, you know, 2 of Evansville's best players, 2 of our best players sitting on the bench and not playing the game. And so, you know, I kind of feel like, yeah, Rachel and Ladd might have canceled each other out, but it probably would have been a way more fun game to watch if those 2 kids would have been in. And unfortunately, as physical as I thought it was still controlled. And that's what I don't like about it. I feel like, you know, there were plays in that game that just should have just let the players determine the outcome. And that, to me, is what's frustrating.
You alluded to it. You have a you know, a long week ahead. You know, just talk about, you know, there's that also creates time to work on some things. You know, how do you intend to handle that with going into a 3-game road stretch after that?
Well, you know, we'll take tomorrow off, and then Monday we're back to work, and got to come up with a game plan on going into a really tough place to play in Illinois State. And we'll just continue to work on the things that, you know, that we've been. You know, we're not going to change anything. I thought defensively we were a little flat today, I thought, in our zone. You know, there were certain players I thought that lacked some luster, you know, for us when we had to go to our bench, and we've got to make sure that everybody coming off the bench is ready to go and ready to play, and you know, that to me, I thought Marina was a bright spot. You know, I thought the idea of being able to play she and Rachel together more is something that I think is pretty attractive at this point, just to give us more scoring. You know we need more points on the board, and that's something that we're going to have to look at and maybe make an adjustment as we go into Illinois State.
You know, it's been a while since this particular game has felt like a rivalry game. Today felt like a rivalry game. How good is that for both programs in Indiana State that, you know, it's this game, I mean, maybe, I don't know if it's good for you guys, but I mean, this game was once kind of one that you considered to be a W, and now it's not.
Right. Well, that's not Evansville of old, you know, and we that's the first thing when we sat down and we talked to our kids on film after watching the Illinois State Evansville game. You know, Illinois State played pretty uninspired, and we weren't going to be that. You know, as we said to our kids, you know, this is not Evansville of old. Mallory Ladd is a really good basketball player, as you know, as Heck is, and Hart, and so we didn't take him for granted. Will it turn into a rivalry? Maybe, because it's two Indiana teams. But look, you know, at this point in the Valley, and I've said it before, and I know Greg said it, that, you know, there's no such thing as an upset in either side in this league. It's just whether you're at home or whether you're away, you got 10 really good teams from top to bottom that can win on any given night. You want to make sure you take care of your home floor. Unfortunately, today we didn't do that. But now we got to go, you know, on the road for 3 and steal a few. And so, you know, that's what we got to do.
Coach, can you talk about? You touched on the last 20 seconds of that game. It looked and felt like it was going to be that last second win, and it just didn't happen today.
Yeah, no, it didn't. And you know, you got a kid in there, a freshman in Casey, that, you know, feels awfully bad about you know, not being able to make a play for us at the end. But you know, part of that again has to, you know, we have to sit back in hindsight and how could we have helped her, and you know, that falls on us and the staff, and so we've got to learn and do better, and you know, make sure that you know, we put our kids in a situation where they can have success, and Casey doesn't feel like she has to find our point guard, you know, that our guards feel like they got the freedom, they got the confidence to know time and score and go make a play at the basket.
You think